everyone. Welcome back to this month, New Me challenge. It's good to have you in this space. This is a space where I want us to come together, share tools, improve our mindsets, learn tactics, and take that one step at a time to help us live the life we truly deserve. Today, I'm going to talk about how to be a leader in uncertain times. How do you actually do it? If you are a leader already, how do you step up and come out of this at another level? Difficult times shall end. But who are we going to be when it's over? Moving to the end of the year can bring new opportunities for some people. Children are in their final year of school or university. People change careers. Perhaps they are excited to relocate and start over. However, it can be difficult for others to let go and turn the page to start a new chapter. Instead of a few weeks, perhaps a few months, it takes them years to move on. Thinking about it, it comes down to following the right tactics, the right mindset. We all know without the right mindset, nothing works. Let's face it. If you are focused right now on the wrong things, you are not gaining the right capabilities, and you are probably living in deadly fear. It doesn't matter what tactics I teach you or anyone teaches you. You will not take full advantage of it. Instead, you will dabble, and then when it doesn't work, your subconscious will blame your circumstances, and you will probably end up depressed or feeling sorry for yourself. Yep, that is so sad. Nobody wants to also be that person who did something once and then it ends up being that person who used to do that, who used to have a successful business, the person who used to do that one thing. And that is why we create processes and systems to replicate what we do great over and over and over, so that this is not a one-time thing and it is part of the next level of you. This is why we are here. Today, I have 10 points that Dean Graziosi obsesses about. The 10 points of being a leader in uncertain times. To repeat it, a lot of it is in between the ears. A lot of it is our mindset and not tactics. Let's start with the training. Number 1, focus on what you have, not what you have lost or what you don't have. Listen, focus on what you have, not what you have lost, not what you don't have. Here is what happens in uncertain times. Uncertain times causes uncertainty, which causes fear, which causes paralysis, which causes you to be left behind. Can we agree to that? Even if you are strong-willed and you let the wrong thoughts come in, it will paralyze you. Or worse, it will cause procrastination. Let me ask you, when you focus on your children, when you focus on someone you love, how does that feel? Think about all you have learned, all you have gone through, and all the special memories you made. How about if you think about the one thing that was so difficult and you didn't know how, if you would be okay, but you actually got there. And because of it, you are a much better person. Now, when you look back, you know you conquered that. Let me know how that feels. How does that feel inside of you when you think through all those thoughts? All these things, of course, is something that you already have. Now, take a moment and think about what you have lost. Did you lose your income? Did you lose connection with dear friends? Or worse, with your children? Did you have to cancel your holiday plans? Did you lose the ability to hang out with your friends or even your boyfriend or girlfriend? Did you lose that momentum you have, your energy? Some of that spark you always had. Did you lose that? If you think about that, or if you think about what you don't have, like the money you didn't save up, the resources you don't have, you feel you don't have anybody that has your back, you don't have the right education. How many of you, if I may ask, how many of you were experiencing or felt how those thoughts just pulled down your shoulders to the ground right now? So, let's shake it off. I suggest that we focus on what we have and not what we lost, as obviously that's not good for our bodies. Number 2, focus on what you can do today and not regret missed opportunities. The next iteration of being a leader or role model is to focus on what actions we can take today and not regret past misses. Let me ask you this question. How many of you have thought to yourself, "Oh, I should have created a better connection with my children or my partner. I should have started my own business sooner. I should have done something different. I should have saved more money. I shouldn't have bought those stupid things. So why did I waste that much money? Why didn't I quit my job and do this? Why didn't I get the promotion? Why was I so lazy? Why? Let me ask you, when you think about those regrets, does it make you feel empowered? Or does it make you feel like, "Oh crap, I missed it. It is too late. I can't do anything. I am not good enough"? That is BS. Focusing on regrets of the past robs you of who you want to be. It drains you and takes away your spark. All of your focus needs to be on what you can do at this very moment. So, focus on what you can do today. That one step you can take to move forward and set up a better tomorrow. As Tony will say, life happens for us, not to us. Maybe there's a reason all along why you have missed them. So, don't allow those things you missed out on making you miserable. Burn that past down. Let it go into the ground. Stop looking in your rear view mirror. You cannot drive a car forward looking in your rear view mirror all the time. It's an impossible task, and you can get it, or you can get in an accident and you crash. So you have to look forward. Yes, we have to pay attention to what is going on right now. What can we do today? What fear can we face today that can move the needle tomorrow in our lives? What responsibility can we take now to own tomorrow? That is what leaders do. That is what role models do. Number 3, be an investigative reporter. What is an investigative reporter? Now, I'm not talking about watching the news. I'm talking about while we are focusing on what we have and we are focusing on the things we can do today, it's time to research. By being investigative reporters, we look for trends. We look for swings and find out what is shifting in the world. We are figuring out how we can be part of that shift. If one door closes and another opens, so many doors have closed in our lives, but we are never going to see those doors that are open behind us if we stare at the door that is closed. You must be an investigative reporter and go down those open doors and see which one might align with you, align with your capabilities. This is the nice thing. We are not starting all over. None of us is 15 years with no knowledge. We have capabilities, we have experienced life, we failed, we succeeded, and we grew. So we can take all of that value and expertise and repurpose it in another industry, but only if we investigate the industries that will shift. So grow and be open-minded. Number 4, mind the words you use. People and our subconscious are listening. Now, this is something I learned from both Tony Robbins and Marissa Peerce. But to be honest, most of the books I read refer to the words we use and how we can transform our language. Words are so impactful. So we have to ensure that we use the right words that will empower us and the people around us. So avoid using or saying words like, I'm overwhelmed, I'm stressed, I can't cope. It's a disaster. Take a moment and say those words out loud and focus how those words impacts your body. For example, how does it feel when you say, I am overwhelmed? How does it feel when you say, I'm uncertain, I'm scared, I can't cope, I'm not surviving? Can you feel those words drain your body? Can you feel what it does to you? When you say those words, it's not just your subconscious listening. Everyone is listening. Your children, wife, husband, friends, people from work. These words automatically makes you feel less of a leader. You are automatically not a role model. No, you are actually a role model. But are you a good role model when you are inspiring fear amongst people that you love and care about? No. These words limit our thinking and our ability to see opportunities or even taking advantage of existing opportunities. This leads to endless disappointment and feelings of depression. This is when we feel needy and we don't communicate well. These words put us in a bad state. If you want to use those crappy words right now, guess what? You'll get those crappy results. We want to use a language where we say we are up for the challenge. I am so great with this. This might be a time where the carpet is pulled out from underneath me, but I will find stability. If we want to change our lives, we must be the observers of not only our thoughts, we must be the observers of the words that come out of our mouths. This is when we will see a shift. Number 5. Create moments of flow state. Like literally, in your phone, set a time every day, whether it is 15 minutes or 1 hour, and find a way to get yourself into a creative mode, to be innovative, to be solution-based, to be next level thinking. We put so much energy into defense in uncertain times and never really set the time to be creative. Flow state means that you are being innovative and creative and thinking about solutions. Whatever it takes to get in a flow state, do it. Shut off your phone if you need to. Put meditation music on. Sit outside in nature. Sit in a room. Get your special green tea. Get some water. Put a plant next to you. Get in the state where you think, where am I right now? What is going on in this world and how can I be involved? Then suddenly those creative juices will flow and really start moving in your life. Then watch how creativity comes to you. The thing that people lack in difficult times is lack of flow state, creativity and next level thinking. Right. Are you feeling this one? Like the guys will say, flow, bro. Sorry, ladies. It just doesn't sound the same for us. Now for number 6. Do not let wrong influences or thoughts dominate your life. Be an observer. Do not let wrong influences and do not allow the wrong thoughts to dominate your head. Yes, I also think this is so important. This is something that I have been working on in my own life for years. Dean has been working on it for decades. And it even took Tony Robbins 30 years to be at that next level, a level where he is in a top state, no matter what happens. After several years of practice, I still find myself being concerned or worried. I guess it's something that happens to everyone. This is when I catch myself and I say, what's going on? Why am I having these thoughts? So often I have to observe my thoughts. Then I know I will understand where it comes from. Again, not surprising, but it comes from things I experienced as a child most of the time. Our thoughts create our circumstances. And by being an observer, we can resolve those. Our thoughts create our realities. When we experience something, we make meaning in our head. Allow that emotion to take over our body. As Tony Robbins will say again, as soon as you focus on something or experience something, you have to decide what meaning you give it. Those thoughts you are having, is it the beginning of something or is it the end? There's a big difference. Both decisions will lead to different experiences. Those two thoughts are like bipolar opposites. One empowers us and the other one drains us. You can focus and say, I have learned a lot. I have a desire. I have a passion. I am creative. I am innovative. I'm unstoppable. I'm a force to be reckoned with. I can make this happen. I can realize that life happens for me and not to me. I'm being sharpened. I'm a piece of steel. Steel sharpens steel. I'm going to be a better version of myself. I'm going to come out as a new man, a new woman. Nothing can stop me. I don't know about you, but that gives me goosebumps when I think like this. Compared to the opposite side of this. What's happening to me? Why am I stuck at home? When is this going to change? What news should I watch? Let me see what my friends say. And you go on Facebook for a while. No, I can't take this. I'm going to pour a glass of wine and I'm going to watch Netflix for the next 6 hours because I lost so much. I don't know where my future is. And when we are stressed out and worried, we come home and kick the dog, freak out, yell at our partners, being mean to our kids. That is allowing wrong thoughts and outside sources to dominate us. And I think you agree. We all have done that at some point. But being in a bad state, letting the wrong thoughts dominate my mind, don't fix my problems quickly. They didn't make me a better person. They didn't make me more money. No, they just screwed up my mind, screwed up my insides, and made me stress out the people I love. Yes. Now, that is not being a leader. That is being a shitty role model. So stop being a bad role model. We must stop letting wrong thoughts dominate us when they can't help us and realize those thoughts will not solve our problems. We must get rid of those thoughts and get ourselves in the most significant, most beautiful state as quickly as we can. Changing what we think will change the way we feel. When our thoughts constantly focus on what is wrong, yes, everything will be wrong. But if we focus on what is right, what's different, what empowers us, guess what? Life might just be better. It is time to give ourselves permission to be happy. No, that's not crazy. I know that you are all going through some kind of difficult. Our children are leaving the house. We lost someone we love. The world is still affected by this pandemic. Our government sucks. We don't have money and. There are so many reasons to be unhappy. But though we fear the unknown, we must give ourselves permission to be happy. The only thing that drives us forward, that keeps us happy, is our thoughts and permission to be happy. Being happy is a shortcut to success, and it's way quicker and enjoyable than stress and worry. It is a much more enjoyable journey. Now, we get to number 7. fill your mind with new capabilities from those who have already been there. If you want to know how to become a better leader, don't go out and figure it out on your own. Don't go through all the trials, all the errors. But so many of us, and definitely me as well, think we can do it on our own. We don't need that workshop. We don't need to read the book. No. We don't need to learn from anybody. Does that sound familiar? Think about this. You have to go through these woods. It's a little story, but just bear with me. You have to go through these woods to the other side where the coast is. You decide to walk up to the woods and say, I got this. I don't need anybody else. I am strong. I definitely got this. These are definitely powerful words, but in the wrong circumstances. You are the first one running in the woods. You are running when you get bit by something, but you keep running. You fall. The blood runs down your knees and your elbows, and you pull yourself up and you carry on. Then suddenly you are bit by a spider in your neck and your neck swells up. You got to sit down for a little while before you keep going. You drink the water and it makes you sick. It makes you sick to your stomach and you throw up, but you keep going. Days later, you come out on the other side and you say you have done this. I knew I didn't need anybody. Then you look around and there is somebody sitting on the other side drinking iced tea and say, wow, I've been here for 2 days and 3 hours. Then you say, what do you mean? You're not strong like me. You can't do this. Then the other one says, oh, I bought this map from this child on the other side. He had already been through here on the other side like 100 times. I don't know. So I gave him a few bucks for the map and I just walked through. I avoided the snakes. I avoided the bad water. I found good spring water. I see a spider bit you. And yeah, that was probably a so-and-so spider. He told me, that little boy, to avoid those. So I got the map. So yeah, I'm glad you had a good time there. So my whole point is, don't figure this out on your own. We are in an information era. If you want to thrive, learn from somebody who has already been there. Listen to find out what way is easier and avoid the necessary pain. Whatever you want to learn, find somebody who is doing it at the highest level and cut a check to go faster, because your time is worth money and trial and error is the worst path to success. So, how do you become a good leader? We learn from the people who have already been there. I learn from people all the time. I'm still in different masterminds, sharing. I am part of so many educational programs. So, oh yes, and I read books. They help as well. So don't try to figure out it all on your own. Those days are long gone. Number 8. Do it with a headache. This is very simple. Do it with a headache. I don't know where this comes from, but professional athletes will do it with a headache when you compare professional athletes to non-professional athletes. Yes, that's why they are professional. When they don't feel good, they got the flu or something, they'll go out there and perform anyway. Some of them perform at their best at those times. So this reminds me of our rugby players. They might get hurt badly, but somehow they have the strength and they get up and they still go and score that try. Something where I have experienced it a bit closer to home was with my daughter. She stood out as a dancer and a hockey player in school. Why? Well, she was at every practice. Even if she didn't feel good, she was showing up when her body ached and her head throbbing. So did her friend. When she was running, I remember how she did her very best with this terrible sting in her side and literally collapsed after, I think, 1,600 meters. Why was she a good athlete? She did it even when she had the ache, even when she had the headache, she pushed through. It's in times like this, we all got the headache. We all got the thing that's wrong in our lives. If you want to be a pro, if you want to be a leader, if you want to be a role model and be an example for your family and your subconscious, I don't care how you feel and the excuses you think of to not doing it. Find that motivation and do it anyway. I don't care if you got a pounding headache. Do it anyway. You have no idea how great you will feel. I am sure you can see the mom in me right now. If you want more in your life, you got to do it with that headache. If you're gonna do something, just freaking do it. Dedicate, commit, don't dabble. People that dabble get dabbling results. Now, are you feeling this? This brings us to number 9. Next level thinking creates next level action, creates next level results. Does that make sense? Next level thinking, gaining next level capabilities, creates us to do different actions. Remember, our best actions, our best thinking got us to this very moment. We now need new thinking. We need new actions to get to the next level and get new results, not the same. Lastly, number 10, portray leadership. Portray the vision of where you are going. Show the people around you where are you going, where the new company is going, the company you are going to form, your side hustle, your career, your life, your family. Portray where it is that you want to go. Leaders show up. They have a vision and they communicate. Have you ever had an experience where you had to commit to do something for someone, perhaps a teacher, a parent, or your boss, but you had no idea why? Did you give your best? Probably not. So take away the confusion and get everyone on board. Portray your leadership and where you are going with your vision. You will get better support and better results. Now, take these 10 steps and be the person. Watch or listen to this 10 times. Put these into your life, not because they are mine or Dean's, but because these are fundamentally the rules that shift you from a follower to a leader. From being scared to being in charge. Remember, being in charge doesn't mean you are a ruthless leader and you got to figure it all out by yourself. No, courage is not taking action because fear went away. Courage is taking action while fear is there. That is how you become a role model. That is how you become a leader and not a vicious leader. I'm talking about a leader that inspires, that pulls people towards you. So, this brings us to the end. Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate all of you so much. If you like what I've shared today, let me know, and I'll see you here next month. Bye bye.